Not at all.
Why not?
Well, I feel like we're always put down from the jump, even at birth. I feel like throughout life, women are constantly put down, and men are put so far on a pedestal that nobody's ever going to be able to be on it. So,
No. I feel like they're like looked down upon
Why?
because more like still, I think people are still holding on to like a man's world and a man's power, and that a woman can't do something that she could do, and they haven't given women chances to show that they can do it, so they just automatically shut a woman down.
What you've seen?
No, I do not.
Why? Why do you think that is?
Because I feel like even like if you go back even to when like I would say like Abraham Lincoln and stuff like that, like I feel like women weren't represented back then, and it's been carried on ever since. Like I feel like decisions are being made by like male brains, and they're not really thinking about what females want.
Women should get the same treatment that men get, because it's not fair that for every 10 men there's only one woman representative. It should be near the same amount of representatives on both sides, because women, as long as men, work hard to get to the position that they're in, and if they represent their country in something and represent as a part of the whole and the government, it should be treated fair too.
I feel like society has come up with this idea and the government has allowed it, in terms of like, there really is no one person to blame, so I guess people just like target it at society, that they've come up with this idea that the women are different from men in terms of what they are capable of. Like, how everyone has this, like in movies, in like, when kids play like house, it's always like the mom or the woman is working at home, she's staying at home, the dad is out there making working, making the money, and the government has kind of allowed that to happen because there's been different like I want to say like accessibilities for women women can't apply to all the jobs that men can apply to. That's just how it's been, and I feel like that's a little ridiculous. And even I feel like I've done some research on this before, where like there was different qualifications for women and men to be like in the army. Like there's completely different qualifications, and that just comes down to like, well, okay, a long time ago society like got this idea that women do this and men do that, but now the government has been basically saying that that's okay by just encouraging these different qualifications and this subtle inequality. Like, it's, people really don't think about it, and because you can't really notice it, because after a while it's just like, oh yeah, typically a guy has this job and a woman has that job, but it shouldn't be like that.
I don't think women are fairly represented in government because we are very undermined, and our abilities to do the same that a man could do is not really taken into consideration. I think a lot of men think that we should be in roles that are less higher or have less authority because they don't think that we can have the same rights or the same abilities as them. I feel it goes all the way back from way back when men used to be the ones to take control of situations. Men used to be the ones to have to go out. Women have to do, chores at home, stay with the kids, make sure, everything is okay at home. And I feel like the men have to do like the heavy work. And I feel like in government, it's kind of made to a stereotypical way that it's heavy work, a man has to take care of his country. A man has to fight for his country. And with a woman doing that, it's not the way society has planned it to be.
I don't know why. I think maybe they're scared to. I think they feel like they're at the end of the day, they'll be overruled. There'll be way more men than there will be women. I think a part of the reason why Hillary Clinton lost was because, you know, maybe her argument was one reason, but there's way more guys fighting for president than there is girls. So that way, that's like, you know, I feel like they're just scared to.
Because constantly throughout the time, like even like when it comes to a president, sure Hillary Clinton like ran, but did anybody actually think that she would win? Not really, not at all. So I constantly feel like a lot of politicians are always going to be men because people out here think with the mindset of it should always be men who are in the position of politics, like in the position of politics. So
we haven't had like a woman in charge, and since like the start of all of this, so I feel like it's not that they aren't trying to take more aggressive routes; it's that the chance hasn't been given up. But I feel like it's time for a change.
As far as that go, I feel that if a woman is going to make rules, I feel she's not going to be saying we should dominate this or we should dominate that. I feel like they're going to make it so everyone has an equal opportunity. It's a fair plan for everyone, and everybody has like a head start. I don't feel like they're going to make it competition wise at all.
Yes.
Why?
I feel like of course I'm not a female, but I feel like a female knows what other females will want more than like the male brain can comprehend, like more than we can even grasp. So I feel like females can.
That's just like, yeah, of course. I think that's just like asking like a homeless person how he feels about being homeless, and you have a better answer than someone who lives in like a mansion. I think a woman can only have the best view of being a woman, just like a man can only have the best view of being a man.
I feel like only a woman can know how another woman feels. No man can speak on how a woman could feel because he's not a woman. He doesn't have to go through the same things that a woman will have to deal with. Constantly you could see like women can relate to other women, but can a woman relate to a man? So on some levels, I don't think so. So therefore, a woman should be able to speak on other women's behalf.